This topic will be discussed in 4 videos. This is part 3 of 4. See links below for parts 1 and 2. Part 3 starts at the 3-minute mark. You've heard of the dark night of the soul. You know you're in it, but you're wondering, why is it lasting so long? What I'm going to talk about today are certain things that are contributing to the reason why it's lasting so long. Hi there, beautiful souls. I'm Michelle Duque. Welcome to my channel, Soulful and Unplugged, a channel about the spiritual awakening journey where I show you how to live a more joyful life by helping you navigate your human journey through your soul's perspective. And this is Roxy. Hopefully she'll stick around for the video, but she may not. So before we get going, I just want to tell you that this is part of a spiritual awakening series I created, and the playlist for that I will link right up here as well as in the descriptions below. So check out the chapters down there and click on any one of them and it'll take you right to the topic that you're most interested in. It's a self-loving thing to ask for help, and sometimes we do need outside help. The dark night of the soul can be extremely debilitating, and I would encourage you to seek help. And for those of you who aren't quite sure what a dark night of the soul is, it's a time of profound transition in your life where you start to become aware of parts of yourself that are no longer serving you. It's a time of deep transformation where you begin to honor who you are by opening up to your connection to your soul. I have gone through my own dark night of the soul, and I know what I had to go through to get myself to the other side. And I did seek help. I found a beautiful, loving therapist, and I did Gestalt therapy for a couple of years, and it was immensely helpful to carry me through to the rest of my dark night journey. What I want to talk about today is something that's been coming up quite a bit in the comments. And I think it's because a lot of people are having a really hard time during this period of transition globally, and through the chaos and all of the mixed energies that are really bombarding us daily. It's a pretty tough road that we're on. And what is happening is a lot of people are still in the dark night of the soul. They're wondering, why is it lasting so long? Why is it so difficult, so painful? And while, yes, that is the dark night of the soul, what I'm going to talk about today are certain things that are contributing to the reason why it's lasting so long. So another reason we can stay a long time in the dark night of the soul is that we're resisting letting go of attachments. And attachments can be anything from attachments to who we are, attachments to things, our identity through work or through who we think we are, attachment to relationships, attachments even to a twin flame or the idea of a twin flame or a search for a twin flame. That is an attachment in itself. The best thing we can do for this twin flame journey is to work on ourselves, on healing ourselves, on expanding our consciousness. So it's still about us making it through the dark night of the soul. But if we're too attached to that search for that perfect job or that perfect partner, or how we see how things should be, that's going to keep us in the dark night of the soul. If you listen to yourself talk to either your friends or even to God or the angels, if it's too complaining, if it's all about complaining about the things that you don't have, then you're not in your empowered vibration. Part of the journey of the dark night of the soul and of awakening is to discover that we are incredibly powerful co-creators with the universe, that we are powerful beings, and we can do things for ourselves energetically to bring about the shift that we are seeking. But if we're too attached to our idea of how things should be, that's keeping us in the dark night of the soul. It's really not an easy place to be. It's honesty with oneself. everyone who's gone through the dark night of the soul has had to face these things because we're here on earth for that very reason. If we didn't need to go through this, we'd still be in the spiritual realm. We wouldn't be here. And even if we came here for benevolent reasons, even if we came here to help the world, we still need to go through that clearing from the programming, from our childhood, from this natural way that we grow as human beings. The minute our soul enters our body, we are in the physical realm. And therefore, we will go through a certain stage of programming that we will have to unprogram as part of this awakening journey. It's about recognizing how this inner complaint that things aren't the way you want them to be is still reaching for an external fix, whereas the power is within us. And that's part of the journey, discovering that. And if we are still waiting for someone or something or some event or some revelation to shift us, to take us out of this real discomfort, then we're still not recognizing how powerful we are. And as long as we stay in that mindset, the dark night of the soul will last longer. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes we need a little help, and sometimes that's all we need. We need to go on that one-on-one therapy session. There's lots of spiritual therapists. There's lots of people who are very open to the spiritual aspect of what's going on and can help us on a one-on-one go through this. Sometimes that's all we need. Understanding that in this particular moment, I'm not finding my way out of this. Find outside help or a teacher that can teach you how to come back to that place within yourself that is more self-loving, compassionate, self-forgiving, and comprehensive about what's going on with you, with a more gentle, loving touch. Sometimes that's all we need. Because the dark night of the soul is not meant to completely derail us from living on this planet. It is meant to take us from our old self to our new self. But at some point, if it's too tough, if it's too blocked, sometimes you might just need a little help to shift us back onto the rest of that journey to our new self. This was the third video in a series of 4. Here's a preview of the next video. And the last thing I want to talk about right now is faith. Having faith. It's kind of my favorite topic. I spent a lot of time working on my own faith in a higher power, faith in energetic beings, faith in those entities that helped me so much when I was a kid. Every night, when I was a kid for 2 years, from the age of 8 till 10, I would leave my body. I was astrally projecting, traveling, and I would meet up with these beautiful, very loving entities, and they would teach me about all kinds of things, mostly about consciousness, about the different leveled consciousness, about the multiverse, multi-dimensions. It was pretty wild. But just because I was highly connected to it and was unable to not feel that connection, it still tested my faith. Having faith that all is well, all is as it is meant to be. And that's what I worked on when I was deep in the dark night of the soul.